I think a lot of men's downfall as well, yeah. Like we'll look at, say for example, girls and be like, okay, she looks like a queen. The potential of the queen's there. Do you get me? Everything's lit for her. Then mentally, yeah, it ruins the mentality ruins everything, and you can't believe it. You're like,
okay, so we have double S.
How you doing?
Got the double vision.
You look amazing, by the way.
Thank you. Smooth. And you got a new song called Secrets out.
Yes, I do.
Do tell us.
Well, the song was kind of about I kind of done it in a way where, like, there's a lot of MCs that we can't really have relationships as much as we might want to. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. And only because a lot of situations, it's like social media. Do you get what I mean? So much people being involved in it, so it's gonna ruin it as well. Do you get what I mean? So sometimes you might have to keep it a secret, and then your woman won't want that as well. Do you get what I mean? So she wants to be the main and everything and all of these things, and then she thinks you're doing stuff and everything, but. The song itself, like the first verse is basically about me and the girl when you was young. So let me even say the first verse. So, summertime 09, I wanted you to be all mine. You didn't want to drop me your number, but I knew that I would get it in no time, because I'm patient. I was in and out of your life like I'm on probation, and them other girls are hating because you had a body that deserved a standing ovation. But deep down it was aimless, because you like niggas with status, and chasing girls is dangerous. I told my brothers, yeah, we need to get this cake up, cause I never had time for real. I was on the grind, money on my mind for real, and at the same time I was trying to sign a deal. I was really Ray Charles going blind for real. Do you get what I mean?
Okay.
Nice.
So you like don't guess me, But so like that first verse is basically like the beginning stages of you want to pursue this girl, and it's not going the way that you think, and then you think that she likes all these other guys and everything, so you're like, alright, let me just go make my money. Do you get what I mean? And do whatever I need to do. Do you get what I mean? So yeah, I love the song anyway. I think it's one of the best songs I've ever made.
Oh, that's so cute. I know.
And was that based on a true story?
Yeah.
I'm not saying nothing.
Hey, look,
so you already know that means that
touching them soft spots right there, them soft situations there, putting.
I ain't saying nothing.
Do you think that that's what the reality is, though?
100%. Because if I'm gonna be, I'm single. I've been single for a certain period of time now, but I've accepted that if something, all of this 2-3 years relationship stuff, I'm not on it. Like, I just kind of feel like it's a waste of time, it's a waste of energy, it's a waste of money.
In what way? What do you mean?
In a sense of, like, not a waste actually, if I'm going to be real, because you still learn. Do you get what I mean? Like me, I'm not going to lie, I've become a man in, like, being with a woman, do you get what I mean? Whereas if I'm with my brethren all the time, we're going to just keep doing dumb shit, do you get what I mean? So it's like, with a woman, it's like, depending actually, she has to be mentally grown. That's one thing I'll say to every single man, find a woman that's mentally grown. Because just looks and everything, if I'm going to be real, there's more women than men in this life. So we're going to always find the looks. Do you get what I mean? It's not going nowhere. Once Instagram now has made it so much easier as well.
And that's the truth.
But a woman that's mentally grown, mentally mature, and a woman that believes in God as well. Sometimes, because I've always said this, like when you're kind of young, it's easy to kind of mess up and everything, but as long as you believe in God, you will always find your way back. Do you get what I mean? Whereas the moment that you stop doing that, then you start thinking it's okay to do whatever you want and all of these things. You get what I mean? So.
But then you feel the industry you're in, there's so many like girls around. I see people on Instagram, but physically, like when you're performing, you're going to certain events. So how do you find it hard to resist the temptation of being around so many girls trying to onto you, groupies and all this?
A smart brother will have a conversation with a girl, so you know where she is mentally. Do you get me? It looks, like I say, like there's more women than men. Do you know what I mean? There's what, 7 billion of us plus. Wow. Do you get what I mean? But there's 4 billion women. Do you get what I mean? So it's not hard to find a woman, but to find a woman with a head on her shoulders it's a difficult task. That's the problem that men, put aside music, just in general, we have. Do you know what I mean?
Can I ask a question? With the whole secret thing, and if you were to date someone, you want to keep it a bit on the low. But if you sort of flip it and look at her and think, well, if you were going around and not really telling people that I was yours, and you know, how would you feel? Like, it's just like, it's one of those things that I think guys think that girls should just accept that this is the industry I'm in, this is my career, you knew what you were getting into. And as a woman, I think in the reality, it's not that easy to deal with. But I think as a man, to kind of flip it and think, well, if it was the other way around, how would I feel? I don't know if that affects your your view on how much you can tolerate that. I don't know if that makes sense.
My thing will always be the bigger picture. Do you get what I mean? Like a lot of people, I kind of feel like they focus. To me, like life is simple. There's a problem, there's a solution. Then we keep it moving. Do you get what I mean? If we're focusing too much on the problem, or we get to the solution, we don't know how to move on from the solution. We're gonna go back to the problem. Do you get what I mean? My thing's the bigger picture. If I really like someone and I'm like, alright, cool, we can make this work. I do music, you do whatever you do. Do you get what I mean? Yeah. As long as we meet in the middle, so we're like, alright, cool. If you're a jealous person, I don't expect you to be going through my phone, or I don't expect you to be taking my Instagram serious if you know I do music. Do you get what I mean? Just like, I'm not a jealous person, just naturally in general. Like I've had an ex where she's gone out with someone and I've seen my man and shaked his hand, and they even shocked that I'm even doing that, but I don't care. I've got a very I don't care mentality. Do you get what I mean? When it comes to certain stuff, or once it reaches the cutoff point. Do you get what I mean? Like at the end of the day, God controls this, I don't control this. Do you get what I mean?
You should also be secure within yourself anyways. I feel like men who do that are very secure within themselves, and they're also secure with the woman. Like at the end of the day, if you're going to be with her and that's going to be your partner, like you should trust in the fact that she's not going to be, you know, stepping out on you, even if she does have male friends. My
thing, I've always been, I say men, like, I believe, just me being real, women are more feelings than men. So once men become in their feelings, it's a bit of a...
Yes, it's too much.
I've got too much. I'm not going to lie.
I don't think there's a problem with
no,
men
there
being...
is.
Oh, no.
Wait,
I like them being in touch.
I think men should be more emotionally available, because sometimes what you put out is what you're going to get back. So if you're not emotionally available to a woman, why are you going to expect all the love? Like,
with my woman, that's different.
Okay, but yeah, I mean, like, so there's a level of vulnerability when you're with your woman. You feel like, do you genuinely feel like, okay, I'm gonna let go, like I can tell her this and I can tell her that, or do you feel like, no, I can't do too much of that? With a
woman, it's more. I've kind of said, be very on point, just in case you lot try it. Anyway, but yeah, with a woman, I think the longer you get to know someone, the more you know their intentions. You get what I mean?
Yes.
A lot of people meet people straight away and I'm in love, or she looks good, or the woman, you look gassy yourselves up. You get me?
And not even just that. Sometimes men or women, both of them, they use what you've said to them against you. Do you know what I mean? Like, there's some people that, you know, you can be vulnerable with and you can trust that they wouldn't, you know, manipulate that. But then there's some others who you may feel like, oh, you know what, I'm close to them. So you say a few things to them. Like one person, like, we were just friends actually, but I opened up slightly. And first and foremost, I love my mother to death. But I don't know about you guys, but coming from my household, especially like her not supporting my creative direction, all that good stuff, she was just like, she's very strict and very hard, and very much so on me, the only other woman in the house. So I must have mentioned that, and then like further down the line, like it got to I don't know, he was just like, oh, maybe you don't know how to accept love because your mother never gave that to you.
That's the other.
Whoa, buddy.
No. Like, I was like, what the hell? Like, nah, don't ever try psychoanalyze me like this, because that's bullshit for one. My mother loves me. And it just means I don't want to accept your love. How about that? Like, do you know what I mean? It's I hate when you're open and you make yourself vulnerable, and then sometimes you can't trust everybody with your stuff.
But these days, girls, with social media, when guys have been vulnerable, screenshots, my word. People will be screenshotting their inbox, like, oh god, look at this guy, what he's just been saying to me in my inbox.
We're wrong.
Whatever it is. And sometimes I do believe some of the times, some of the messages, like the guys are being like really, they're trying something with the girls. It's really, I think it is a bit of a fine line these days, because it seems like girls now, I love the girls, like I've kind of seen like on social media, are a bit more like they sort of like laugh a lot at like guys being vulnerable, and then being like nice, and it's a bit more of like a laughing topic rather than it being like a genuine.
But that's because like it's what we've been fed growing up. Like, you know, men are supposed to be masculine, men are supposed to be this, and like I don't know. I feel like I don't mind my man being vulnerable or being sweet or being I don't know what do you call it? You know, people say, "Oh, chivalry's dead," and like, because some people don't open doors, and I like all that stuff. Do it, but not to the point where I don't know. I just have to deal with
question it, like
all your emotions, and it's just like you're emotionally unstable. Like there's a difference. Be vulnerable, be open, but please don't be emotional unstable.
This is my thing. Yeah,
I can't deal with my own.
I've grown up with.
Sorry.
This is my thing, yeah. I've grown up with my mum and dad, for example. My dad was very tough, do you get what I mean? Yeah, so that's where I get the stiff and whatever side, yeah. But then at the same time, it's like my mum was a sweetheart, do you get me? So when you go into the world, for example, don't get it twisted, you will find women that are salads. I call it salads because upstairs it's not okay. Do you get what I mean? Yeah.
Salads?
Yeah, they're salads that...
They're
mentally young. Do you get what I mean?
Oh, okay,
okay. I call it salad. I don't know what
it is. Too emotional.
I'm even trying to make...
Yo, some salads are nutritious.
It was good for you.
So, but at the same time, it's like, so it's like, my thing is this, cause I know my mum's like that, and at the same time, it's like, if you buy your mum a present, for example, she's going to show you more love. To me, it's the same thing with women. If you find, say, for example, someone that's your woman, for example, nothing's wrong with treating your woman in the right way. Do you get what I mean? I think guys, and a lot of guys, if the God's honest truth, they haven't had mum at home. Do you get what I mean? So they don't know what love is. So sometimes you can't even blame them. Do you get what I mean? Me, fortunately, I had mum. You get what I mean? So at the same time, I might go into the world and see a girl doing something dumb, cuss her out, and then go back home and be like, oh no, that was wrong with me. Do you get what I mean? Whereas guys, certain people... Conscience is good. Beveridge pattern. Whereas certain guys, they haven't had that at home, and I believe everything starts from home. Do you get what I mean? Like, and then the world's kind of just, it either ruins you or it's gonna pattern you. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah. So you're in the music industry and all that good stuff, and I know a lot of musicians as well, and touring is hard, like, and they always complain, like, even though they want a relationship, it's just, if it's not about the groupies or whatever, it's more about the time frame and all that good stuff. So do you feel, because it's only gonna get, like, you're only ever gonna be more in demand, do you know what I mean? I pray so, you know? So, okay, not scared, but like, grow weary, like, it's, you're only gonna, so your time schedule's gonna become more scarce maybe for a relationship. So how do you see yourself handling that in future? Are you gonna bring her on tour? What are you gonna do? Like,
if my thing is this: if my woman's grown, we can partner. Do you get what I mean? So I don't mind bringing. If I had a woman, I wouldn't mind bringing my woman on tour. Do you get what I mean? And all these places, because at the same time, it's like I'm trying to do this as my job, but at the same time, we're building. So the less I spend away from you, you could easily stray off, or this person might try to entertain you, or listen, I don't want that. Do you get what I mean? So yeah, like I kind of feel like it's just about me. I believe everything's. You're able to meet in the middle. And at the same time, this is another thing that me and my friend Shaka talk about all the time. In relationships, everything's 100%. So you 50, her 50. Do you get me? Yeah. There's gonna be days where she can only give 30. You have to be grown enough to understand. Oh shit, she's a bit thing in that department. Let me give 70 today. Do you get me? As long as it's not 70 every single time, because at the same time, some people like taking more than others. Do you get what I mean? But once you reach that level of understanding, everything just runs smooth.
No, 100.
Okay, let's just shut up here. So basically, what if you were dating another artist? Or if you're talking about a girl that's not in the limelight?
I'd never do that in my life.
You never.
So
if she's
like to date
other artists because she has no time for you, like what would make you not date another artist? Because she has her own stuff going on, her own tours and her own groupies.
But you know what it is? Always remember this, yeah? You're both in the same field of work, which, to be honest, in the same field, it should be able to pattern easier. But at the same time, it's more people in your business. It's all, unless you're on Jay-Z and Beyonce, what they're on, where you lot don't even know nothing, you could just see our pictures on Reels like, by accident.
But they keep their stuff quiet. I still ain't seen that new babies. I'm just saying.
They can afford to do that.
It works for them.
That's the only one I wouldn't mind. I wouldn't mind doing a Jay-Z and Beyonce. The rest of it, the Kanye and Kim, I'm sorry, it's too. It gets too. Me, I don't like too messy. If I did, I'm not gonna lie. If I didn't do music, no one will see me. You'll just hear about me.
It's nice to have a break. To be honest, I feel like it's nice to get home and have a break from what you do in the daytime.
But you know, this is another thing. A lot of people take. Obviously, they got their work clothes on. They get home, they keep the work clothes on. Do you get what I mean? So they still think, oh, I'm this big.
In the house, you're just yourself.
I just want to chill. Do you get what I mean? And that's why I tell people all the time, like, don't lose yourself because of this character you've created. Do you get me? A lot of people they've got this social social media character that they've created.
Yeah.
So they feel like, I need to be 10-10, 24/7. Do you get me? So then the day that someone does see you and you're not 10 yet, it's a bit mad.
Exactly. But you know what? I'm sorry to cut you, but like I feel even as a creative, like I don't want to. I don't know. If I was an artist, which I'm not, but if I was an artist, I wouldn't mind. Actually, no. Would I date another artist? Probably, maybe. I don't know. But I feel like it's more. Yeah, it's more like can they like as a creative, I know that my next part, I would want them to have an understanding of the creative industry or the music industry or whatever. So even if they're not in it, they have an understanding. Or maybe even so, they're equally as creative, so we can create something together because like have similar passions and stuff. But you don't have to be an MC and I have to be an MC. Do you know what I mean?
You know, the truth is, what I kind of feel like the truth, relationships have become a business. You know what I mean? Relationships ain't really, it's not, because I don't believe, not to say this, and girls are going to kill me. I don't believe in love like that, yeah. I believe in unconditional... Wait, let me finish. I know you're married. I'm going to save myself, don't worry. When I say anything, I pattern it later. Now, I believe you eventually learn to fall in love with someone, but everything's... If it's not unconditional, like say for example, if I meet this person, yeah, most of the time, yeah, when you meet someone, for example, the first year, yeah, you lot are both on, I call it honeymoon period, where you lot don't want to mess up. You lot don't want that person to see you, but no nothing, no whatever. And then a year later, now you want to really be yourself. With me, I eliminate that from the jump, from the get-go. You have to know this is me. It's either you like it or you don't, because this is the person you're going to be with.
It's called false advertising.
But I think as much as you say that and you get rid of that in the beginning, you want them to see you who you are. At the same time, when you like someone, inadvertently, you're going to want to really show the best of you. Like even no matter how you're like, no, but I want them to know who I am. You still want to impress.
No, but you this is me. Like say for example, as a man, for example, yeah, like I'll naturally do that. Like if I would, it wouldn't be like let me structure it so it's the best me and rare. So it's gonna naturally happen. But this is me still being me.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Yeah. But you're gonna still see the good and the bad. Do you know what I mean? Whereas some people, the whole year you're just seeing the good. So you're like, and then the moment that you see the bad, you're like, oh,
girls are firm and they're trying to not wear their silk crap to bed. It's like, bitch, you need to observe your curls, man.
I want to see what's going on from that.
Just let them know that.
But sometimes I feel like if you're too open or you're too like, boom, this is who I am, and they see all your flaws, it scares people. We're like, wow. I just feel
that person's not worth it.
Generally, if I see you just come, hey, I had this problem, like, whoa. Don't talk to me. Like I will be scared. So
you have to.
For the first 6 months, I think you should be trying to impress that person and or your good thing or your good strengths and everything.
I'm 27 years old. Yeah, I prefer the grown and mature thing, man. I'm not even gonna lie.
What? Okay, she came to you and said, I don't know. She had.
What do you mean by grown and?
In a sense
to the point.
Yeah, straight to the point. Like,
because at the end of the day, when you're, I mean, past. Okay. I don't want to sound older.
I know that.
When you're past 25, 26, if we're not dating in 10 years, I don't want to do this. What are we doing this for? Like, I don't want to. I'm not trying to get this little deca thing or whatever. Like, I don't get anything from it. Like, I don't short-term stuff. I'm just like, I don't have time for it. I barely have time for anything else. So unless we're dating with intent, like, I'm just not for it. And also, I feel like those people who can't accept you, like straight away, and also like you said, it will just happen. Like if it's not organic and you don't feel that chemistry straight away, I just feel like you don't who is it? Don't sell yourself to fall in love. Is that Slum Village? Don't sell yourself. I think it's Slum Village. I don't want to quote Slum Village, but I love them. And it's like, don't sell your. Was it Dilla? It's someone, but he's like, don't sell yourself to fall in love. And I think a lot of people are doing that because of like pressures and all that good stuff.
They're lonely.
And they're lonely. Some people can't be alone. I know so many people that can't be alone. It's like, Amy, why are you single, bruh? I was like, I'm fine with being alone right now, you know, because I'm working on me. But at the same time, but what was I gonna say? I was gonna jump on a point that you said, but whatever. I can't remember. It'll come back to me.
Another thing that I've kind of clocked, everyone's at different levels of understanding as well. So say for example, I'm 27 years old and I meet someone that's like 25, for example. They've got 25 years before they even met me. Do you know what I mean? A lot of people, my thing's different. A lot of people straight away, they want to change you because, what it is I believe we have characters, well, mostly women, what I believe, have characters in their head of how a man's supposed to be and rare, this and that. So at the beginning, what happens is they like him, and then they want to change him to the character.
that they want him to be.
Like, you know what you want, and you think this should come packaged. You know what you want, and then you get something a little bit different. So you're like, yeah, but I wanted that.
He's gonna always go back to his character.
No, for real. You can never listen. What was it? Who was it? Amaru? Was it? Who said it yesterday? I think someone said that you can never. No, I don't think you. I don't think you were there yesterday. Sorry. I'm joking. I think somebody said you can change a man. You can't change a man, but you can change a child or whatever. I think it was somewhat a quote. I don't know who said this. But anyways, like, you can't change a man once he's touched a certain age. He's not going to change. So don't try to. And then so like there's certain things that when you get older, there's certain things you start to, when you're younger, you think, oh, he has to have this car, he has to have this career, he has to have this and this and this and this. And then you get older, you think, actually, hold on, some of them stuff that actually don't like matter.
And also, like, before you're looking at what you want him to have, what do you have to offer? Make sure that what you have to offer is correct.
I'm not going to talk about this, but I'll be rude.
No, it's true. I mean, obviously give your opinion, but I
know what you mean. I know exactly what you mean.
I've stopped. I used to have like that tick list, tick, and it got to a point where I thought, well, let me think about what I have to offer first, because no one can take that away from me. And then you start to realise that don't be putting the pressure on him to have it all together. He's probably trying. He should be trying at least, you know, in the background to do it. And so should you. And then you meet in the middle.
One thing I will say as well, like girls fall in love with guys' potential. They see a guy, okay, he's doing well, work ethic is amazing, but it's at some point I feel that potential should realise itself. Like, if
I know what you mean.
It's true. Everyone has potential, but not everyone meets that potential. How many people actually become what they want to become? At some point, if that's what you really want from him, you're seeing him getting there, just accept it that if it doesn't work out, I can accept him the way he is right now. Don't be like think I could change him to then not be a player anymore. If he's a player right now, he's more likely to be a player than not to be a player.
I say it like this, dream without drive is redundant. You feel me? So you could be with someone and they're like, oh, I have all these goals, but they're not doing anything about it. Like,
it's all in their head.
That's a waste of time. You can't marry potential. You can't fall in love with potential. That's it. That's
a lot of the time as well, because I think a lot of men's downfall as well, like we will look at, say for example, girls and be like, okay, she looks like a queen. She the potential of the queen's there. Do you get me? Everything's lit for her. Then mentally, it ruins the mentality ruins everything, and you can't believe
but his fault is that.
It's your expectations. Lower your expectations, basically.
No, but you know, his fault is that. It's like she appears to be a queen, and I think she's a queen.
But she ain't.
But is it my fault that I view her so highly?
I think queendom is a mentality.
That's what I was about to say.
And I don't think it's an aesthetic. It's not the outside. It's definitely a mentality. But
Music,
great.
I'm just interested.
But that's But then that's your song really has a lot of layers, huh?
Thank you.
It's gonna really kind of instigate, I think, a lot of conversations.
That was the first verse as well. There's the second one. The second verse. The bridge as well.
The chorus.
You've got to hear the second verse and the bridge, man. We got to close out on that. Man.
Oh, I don't remember the second verse.
Come on now.
I can play it. I got it on.
He can play a reminder.
We'll do it.
The second verse is basically.
You remember that?
Oh no! Wait, I missed the easy but whole lot. Yeah. Nah, I won't remember it. But I'll tell you what happens. Easy but every other day. What I'll do. Yeah, I'll tell you why I did the second verse and the third verse. Like that makes it more easier. Cool. So the second verse is basically, the first verse is about, obviously he doesn't have nothing. He's a kid, whatever. He doesn't have nothing. Second verse is like he's come up now. He starts driving. He's looking good, and then he finds the girl again.
Okay.
So now they're looking at each other. They're going out on dates and whatever. And then obviously they've had history in the past or whatever. So then she comes to see him. But the whole time is like, what would you do with you? The chorus is, what would you do with you and I? Would you tell the truth? Or baby, would you lie? Because I can keep a secret. Do you get what I mean? So then in the third verse, obviously she wants to be with him now. Do you get what I mean? Like, you lot have been playing games for too long, right? This and that. She wants to really be with him. But I want to do a video so it even makes more sense. She has a boyfriend.
Oh,
the plot thickens.
Because they.
That happens though.
This is what I'm saying.
That happens.
It's
playing games and in that.
There's so many Mr. Unavailable.
Yeah, so basically she's fallen for him now. Do you get what I mean? So but he was the guy that she was the girl that he was supposed to be with the whole time. Do you get what I mean? But obviously at the time he didn't have certain stuff in place. Then you come up, and then obviously the other boyfriend, they're getting bored, and it's just that situation.
Cut off, innit?
But it's not as easy. You get me?
When you got history,
it's true. It's hard. You have to do
I'll definitely be getting myself.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
It sounds good.
Large up Shay, the singer on it. She has an amazing voice.
And the backing vocal in double.
I'm definitely going to be listening.
We're listening out for your vocal there.
I know.
Amazing. Thank you for coming.
Thank you for having me.
Whoop, whoop.